Okay, so again, we're going to command agent.kw.com. We're going to log in, and your home screen should look something like this. Tina, is my mic okay?
Yes, ma'am. Looking good, looking very professional.
Thank you. All right. Now I want you to go over here to contacts, which is the profile icon, and go ahead and click on that. Search for yourself. For those of you that are new, if you have not entered yourself as a contact, please go ahead and do that now. Okay, everybody in their contact?
Yes.
Okay. We've created opportunities before, right? So we're going to go over and we're going to click on that opportunities. That will show us all of our opportunities right there. So I want you to go to the one that you set up yesterday or Wednesday for buyer. One of the things that we want to do is we want to go to this details and we want to fill out as much of this information as we can. So again, it's going to be your market center. Change the opportunity name and put practice or test. Make sure that you are the contact name. Opportunity phase, I would put active, showing. If you want to, you can add in time frame. You don't have to. What this does is it allows command to do a better job of calculating your progress. Okay. You can put in their budget if you want to. Commission rate's probably going to be 2.5. Finance type. You can do conventional. Then you can go ahead and save all that information. Now, if you'd like, just so that you can see what it looks like, go ahead and send yourself an invitation for Keller Covered. Okay. Anybody else get that? Well, there we go. That's odd that that didn't work. Ruh-roh. Okay, I'm going to have to see if there's a known issue with that. Okay, this right here, this information right here for property is going to be the property that they're going to purchase. So go ahead and go over here and click on property. We'll pick United States. So let's just pick an address. So I'm going to go 1, 2, well, just it'll auto populate, but you can go ahead and pick an address. You can make it your own house if you want to. And then let's go ahead and click save. Okay. So a buyer profile, we want to make sure that they have, like Sandra just did, that they have registered with your consumer app. So if you have not sent your clients the consumer app, now would be a great time to do so. Okay. We're going to go over to documents. And if you haven't done so, I want you to view your checklist right here and select residential. And it's going to pop up and tell you what documents that you need. This is the compliance guide, and it will help you through everything. Here's your listing checklist. So here's your buyer opportunities. Okay. Here's your buyer agency, which we worked on yesterday. That's a compliance guide for landlords. This takes you directly through how to set up and link DocuSign. Okay, it covers everything that we are going over. Okay. The more information that you can fill in, the more the contract will auto-populate. So right now we're right here, add documents. We selected residential and we're going to go to start.
that under?
Go ahead.
Where's that under?
It's the very first one when you select residential.
Where's residential
You
at?
go right here, select checklist. Did you go to documents in command?
Okay.
And then select checklist, should be residential. If you go to consultation, it's the very first one.
I wasn't able to even get past doing the opportunity. It wouldn't create it.
Okay. So are you in yourself as a contact?
Yes.
Okay. And you went over and you clicked opportunity.
Now it's not doing anything. Oh my God. I just reloaded command to see if that would help.
Okay.
Okay.
So you click on the little opportunity thing on the right-hand side with the plus sign, obviously, and then it has your name and everything on there, right?
And you want it to be a buyer opportunity. Fill out as much of that detail as you can.
Okay, perfect.
Add the property address for what the contract's going to be.
We can make any price up. None of this matters,
Yeah,
right?
I don't care. Call him Daffy Duck. I don't care.
Okay, perfect.
How'd you add property?
What?
How'd you add the property contact?
Under details, just go over here, click the little pencil.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm in documents. This is your guide. I would strongly suggest that you open this up and you download it and you have it for reference. If you do not have dual screens, you may even want to print it out. Okay. So I am now going to go to the transaction. We have to type in my email address. Let's see if it lets me in. Oftentimes it will ask me to verify. Yeah, which it's doing. So I have to click that box. I now have to go back over to my email. Verify a new device. Here's my number. Go back over to DocuSign, drop that number in there. Whoops. Okay, so now I am in my DocuSign room. Okay. I'm in the document section. I'm going to go over here to the box that says add. And I am going to click add, DocuSign forms, Forms library becomes DocuSign Forms group. DocuSign Forms now becomes buyer forms.
So when I click on DocuSign forms, it doesn't have anything.
Right. I get DocuSign forms, I get DocuSign forms library, select library, but it comes up, Illinois Association of Realtors, KW 55, or MOR.
Tina, did you go to group?
You know what the problem is? I'm probably in the team thing.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? I think we all, if we haven't done it yet, we have to hit KW 55 so that we've got that added.
Okay, so if you can't get to it from the group section, so if I go over here to add
From the team
and
section.
I go
yeah.
DocuSign and I go to library and I go down here and I go to Main Street,
Okay.
then I can look for it here. And they're all alphabetical. So you want the multi-board residential real estate contract 7.0. Can you add it
Got
that
it.
way?
Yep, got it.
All right, awesome.
Did everybody else get it?
I didn't
Because
find
I think some of us needed to have another step.
multi-board resident. Yeah, I got mine.
Sandra, how you doing?
I can't get. I can't get past the adding an opportunity.
Are you in the opportunity?
You're not alone, okay?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
I'm having a,
Opportunity in there.
Oh, thank God.
That's it.
Here's the
Don't
thing,
feel bad.
as an idiot from 2 days ago, so originally I listed myself as a seller, not a buyer. So you need to make sure that that you clicked on yourself as a seller, or as a buyer rather. And then it'll start to let you go through more levels of this.
Yeah, I'm a buyer on there, but
I'd be more than happy to share my screen so that you can see how I'm stuck.
Okay, hold on just a second. Everybody take a deep breath. Okay. First of all, have you connected your DocuSign account to Command?
Yes, I was able to do that yesterday. And I started a practice and I have forms in there. I don't know if I have the right forms.
Well, if the forms are auto-populated, they are the correct forms.
I'm late to this whole thing, but how do I get the DocuSign thing connected? Do I just go to DocuSign
No.
and sign?
So you have to go up to your name,
Yep.
go down to settings, and connect your account through there. All right, I'm
Okay.
going to take 1 minute and we're going to look at Sandra's screen and then I'm going to have to move on.
No, that's fine. You know, you can,
All right, Sandra, go ahead. You can share your screen.
can you see it?
All I see right now is your Code of Ethics new member orientation.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. So I went here, create an opportunity.
Now,
And then-
change your opportunity type to buyer.
Right, hold on, just give me a second because I did. Give me 1 second.
No, you're good. Now put your commission rate at 2.5. Everything up
Okay.
there is fine. No, it's fine. Okay.
Oh, looky there. All right. Is this required? The
Yes, it is.
2.5?
Now click create.
Okay, that's why it wouldn't do it.
Click create.
I'm trying to just give me, I have to move pictures around. Like,
Okay, so now I want you to go and click on the link practice 2.
Okay, what's next?
You fill out as many of those details as you can. You click on the pencil next to the word property. There is a small pencil.
Ah,
So that's where you would put in the property address for the property that they're going to buy. Make sure that you select the country and always be hyper diligent.
yes.
The asterisks. And if it allows you to auto populate like that, click the auto populate.
Oh, I didn't see it. Is it here?
Here.
Ah, okay.
Now click save. Now go over to where it says general information, slide slightly to the right, and there is another pencil.
Oh, okay, well,
You fill out as much of this as you can. Scroll
where did
down. You don't
okay.
need any tags right now. Keep going. Keep going. You could fill out all of that if you want to. Keep going.
And
Doesn't matter. For this, it does not matter. Keep scrolling down.
budget?
If you want to put a number in there, go ahead. You don't need the 25 million. Nice. We don't do, there's no dots, just
Okay. Okay.
all right. Now click save.
No finance type.
Doesn't matter right now.
Okay.
Okay, scroll back up. Go to documents.
Which was the middle tab. It's loading. Loading.
You might want to close some windows.
Oh, is that what's jamming me
Don't
up?
close command. Don't close.
I didn't. I was closing my second window that was open in command. All right. Is it truly the reason why it's
Yes.
not? Okay.
All right, see where it says pick checklist type on the left-hand side?
Left-hand side pick. Okay.
Residential buyer.
Okay.
There's your compliance opportunities and DocuSign guide. Now you want to go over to start a transaction.
Oh, the compliance in the bottom here.
Yep. If you need
Start
to.
transaction. Okay. The gray button.
Yep. All right. Now you are all caught up.
And when I add, because I have DocuSign forms, I'm going to do the library.
I would do group, but
Group, okay. Buyer.
there's your
And then I click the ones that I want. Where is the
multi-board, you already passed it.
okay, and the
Click add.
is the anti-fraud one in there?
Not in this one. Click add.
Okay.
Now you go back up to add document.
This button.
The blue button. DocuSign forms. Go down to forms.
The library.
Go down to KW 1140 Illinois.
Okay.
There's your anti-fraud buyer.
Oh. And I can add that. Oh.
All right. So you are
So
all
you can
caught
go
up.
to different boards and get different forms.
Right.
Oh. And then what do I do from here?
Well, now you're going to stop.
Okay.
I'm going to
Did
go
you-
back to sharing my
okay.
screen.
Okay.
Right, did that solve anybody else's problem?
That helped. Can I just ask one quick question?
Sure.
So out of command at that step where it's under residential, do we have to click under contract? Because I don't have residential buyer as an option, like
It just says residential.
mine just says
So
residential.
does mine.
Okay. So I clicked on that and then there's consultation under contract and close.
Pick
So would
one.
it be under, what's that?
Just for this example, just pick one.
Okay.
We're making this up. This is make believe.
Well, because I just realized that it was on consultation and I didn't have those document options. That's why I was,
Same.
Okay.
okay. So then I just as we were walking through it, I clicked under contract and I think I have that document now. Okay. I think I'm with you.
Okay. So now you're going to go over to start a transaction. Gerald, are you tracking with us?
I can't find that where that is at. Start a transaction. I see go to transaction.
All right, then click go to transaction.
Okay.
Gerald, if you're talking, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I'm kind of following. I'll just keep figuring it out. Don't worry about me.
Okay. All right. Really, the purpose of this exercise is to expose you to the contract. Okay.
Okay, then expose me to the contract because I still haven't found it.
If you don't have DocuSign,
I have it. It says connected. I went and found
Okay.
out that that's connected.
So where are you in DocuSign right now?
I'm not in it for some reason, but when I go, where is DocuSign? 'Cause I don't even know that.
Okay, we'll take 1 minute. Gerald, I want you to share your screen with me.
Okay. Oh, this might not be worth your time. I don't even know how to share my screen.
There's a green button on the bottom with an arrow that's up and it says share screen. Just move on. I got to figure out how to use computers before this is going to help you. So thank you. Did you see it?
No, it's not there.
it's
Okay.
on the Zoom meeting. You just do your cursor over the bottom.
All right. So then the problem is that I'm on my own thing and not on the Zoom meeting. Give me a second to see the MacBook thing come up with the bottom's little deal.
And now it just brings me up to a, I guess I could select all. Or no, it just shows I have a place where I can type something in.
Is DocuSign connected?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me 1 second. Okay. If you are able to, go ahead and open the multi-board contract in DocuSign. It should auto-populate based upon the information that you put into details. Okay, so we're going to fill out the first page together today. Line 2 are your buyer names. If it is a couple, it is always Cheryl McDonald, Ed McDonald, or Cheryl and Ed McDonald. It is never Mr. and Mrs. Seller name, if you don't know what it is, OOR, which stands for owner of record. The real estate with approximate lot square foot size of acreage, line 7, you're going to get that right off the MLS sheet, and let me show you how. So here's what I do before I begin to write a contract. I do two things. I'm just going to pick an MLS sheet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this, right? Because I want to either be able to print it out or have it next to me on another screen. And I'm going to save it by the address. Okay. And I'm going to open that up. I'll make it a little bigger for you. Okay.
Cheryl,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt, but can you tell us again what OOR stands for?
Owner of record.
Thank you.
Bye, Sangita.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you. Talk to you real soon.
Thank you. See you.
Then the other thing I want to do is I'm going to go over here to additional information. And I'm going to go to Remind. Why isn't it on here? Oh, right here. Sorry. Full property tax report, Remind. And I'm going to keep this open in the event that I need additional information, okay? So this is all the public information that's available on this property. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to DocuSign. I'm going to go back to my contract. I'm going to go back over to the MLS listing sheet, which is right over here. And we'll get the acreage, which is right here. 0.15. Okay. I can go back over here. 0.15. Commonly known as, so we're going to type in the address, 1131 Gateshead. Naperville, Illinois. What's the zip? 60564. And we'll go county. All right, where do I find the county on here? It's right in here. Oh, it's in Will County. My bad. Always double check. Never trust your own brain. Okay, permanent index number. That's the property index number. It's called the PIN. And you get it right here.
Cheryl,
Yes.
so if it's a condo, does it have the acreage?
No, it will not.
So what do we put there?
Leave it blank.
Okay, thank you.
Great question.
Mhm.
Back, we're going to drop that number in there. I've got single family detached. I don't have to do designated parking because it's included, or storage. If I was in a condo, I would include the number of spaces that went with the unit, if there were space numbers and where they were located. Same thing with storage. Now, the fixtures and personal property at no added value. I'm going to go back to the MLS sheet. This is where I like to have it printed out. And it's going to tell me what's included. Oven, range, microwave, dishwasher, refrigerator, washer, dryer, disposal. So I'm going to go refrigerator, oven, range, microwave, dishwasher. Did it say garbage disposal? Better check.
Yes, it did.
Oh, it did. So let's make sure we get it. We don't want to buy the house without the garbage disposal. Did it say washer, dryer? Yes, it did. So we're going to go washer, dryer, water heater, sump pumps, central air, all tack down carpeting, existing storms and screens, ceiling fans, light fixtures as they exist, built-in or attached shelving, all window treatments and hardware, wall-mounted brackets, fireplace, screens, doors, and gates. It's got gas logs, smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, garage door openers. It's got an outdoor shed, planted vegetation, and hardscape. So those are pretty much at a minimum what you're going to include in every one, okay? So line 29 is other items included at no value. Well, we don't have any. So I'm going to go over now and say items not included and see if there's anything that's not included. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay.
Cheryl, the things that you're checking off, like this fireplace screens and doors and such, like if there's a central air and a furnace, and you know that there may be a humidifier, there may not be. Do you still check that box though, and then it's up to them, or do you have to check each one of these where it says built-in shelving or
well, I'm just
wall-mounted
going to,
brackets,
these
blah, blah,
last two columns, I'm making broad stroke assumptions.
And then will they go back and say, sorry, we don't have any outdoor shed, or we don't have any?
Well, that I'm going to check for sure. I mean, the big doppelgangers I'm going to look for, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
But if the listing agent is as good as they say they are, then they're going to double check to make sure that everything is cool. And I am going to check to see if there's a central humidifier. I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm going to go look and see. Yep, right there. Okay. We don't know what doesn't work unless they tell us. Line 35 is if you want a home warranty, then you have to check that box. So what a home warranty does is it typically the seller will pay for a home warranty that will warranty the mechanicals in the house for 1 year. And that's not really necessary unless stuff is at the end of its life. Now, as a buyer, I'm always going to ask for it because it becomes a piece of negotiation. Okay? Here's where we're going to put our purchase price. Well, how do we come up with the purchase price? Well, we ran some CMAs, right? So I'm just going to pick a number because I feel like it. So we're going to say 325,000. I'm not going to ask for any credit at closing. And if I were, I would include it up here. So let's say I was going to ask for $5,000. I'm going to make this 330. Because I want the seller to get their money and I'm going to finance the credit. Guys got that? So if you can, make sure that the buyer is including this in the purchase price. Otherwise, it's a concession and the buyer is selling for less. If I'm not going to ask for a credit at closing, then I'm just going to go in with my offer. Now, earnest money is not required. It is a sign of good faith. Okay? Your earnest money to protect your buyer should be as low as possible. In today's market, you want to make that as beefy as you can. Right? So can they do 1%? So maybe I'll do 1,500 3 days after the contract's been accepted. And an additional 1,500 shall be tendered. And what I'll do is I'll pick 10 days after the attorney home inspection is over. So let's say we put the contract in today, it gets accepted. We go through attorney review and home inspection. So February 15th. Okay. That is the first part of the purchase contract. Your homework tonight is to go into the MLS, select a property, and write the first page of the contract. I want you to do this every day until you can call me on the phone and tell me how to fill out a contract. I can cut the grass and fill out a contract and talk on the phone. Imagine that, 3 things. And they said I could never walk and chew gum. Okay. This is where your confidence comes from. I use the example when we go into surgery, we want to make sure that the surgeon has the right tools. This is your scalpel, people. Get to know it. Any questions about this?
Where it said deeded space, oh, that's for storage. Okay. Okay. So that's,
So a lot of condo buildings, when I worked in the city, a lot of condos have assigned parking spaces and they have their own deed and they are taxed appropriately. So if it's a deeded space, you would check that box and then you would put the pin down.
and that would be a part of that MLS.
That's correct.
Okay.
And if the parking limited common element is like a grocery store, you park wherever you can. Assigned space means that your unit has an assigned space. Okay?
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
This is the only page I want you to concentrate on for the next week.
So places where you don't have the information, it's okay to just leave it blank?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
What if the property you're searching is, say, what only like went from a new construction to the person purchased it off market, so you don't have an MLS to look up?
I would go to Remind
Okay,
because
And
it's
the
the same information. It's public information.
so PIN and everything is on.
Yep.
Remind. Okay.
Yeah. So here's here's Remind for this property. Okay. You guys see it? So
Yes.
if I go down here, here's all the listing details, right? Agent, key stats, lot, exterior, structure, parking, interior utilities, HOA valuation. Here's my public records. So here's my PIN number.
Okay.
Okay. Here's all your tax amounts. Here's your parking. Okay. Here's your property history. Here's your mortgage history.
Can you get her some Crystal Light?
Now, here's what's really interesting about these people. My best guess is going to be that they're not very smart. Okay. So they built new construction in 94. They got another loan in 96. In 02, they refied the entire amount at 6.41%.
What's wrong?
Then looks like they got another new construction loan at 4.75. Then they got an ARM, which is an adjustable rate mortgage, which means that 1.62 is not going to stay 1.62. Then they refinanced again in 07 for 276 at 6.63. Okay, flash forward 6 years. 4.12 refi, and they refied 260. So my guess is that they refied what they had left in the property. So here they're giving you about their estimated equity. So actually these people turned out to be pretty smart. Okay. And this is kind of vague and ambiguous. It's going to be based on a 30-year fixed. And I'll show you why. So this is my house. Okay. And this is probably best guess at an estimated value. And I'm going to say that's probably a little low. And they're saying my net equity is 208. So this is based on a 30-year fixed mortgage. Well, my husband and I have a 15-year mortgage and we pay one extra payment a year. So my net equity in the property is really 250. So understand that these are best guesses. Okay. And then if you go down here and you look at property history, you'll notice that we bought it in 2004. Okay, for $290,000. 10 years later, we put it into a trust. So my husband and I do not own our home. Our trust does. In fact, everything we own is in a trust. In fact, my debit card says Cheryl L. McDonald, trustee. Okay. So that's why it says right here, owned by Edward McDonald for 6.3 years. No. I've lived here since 2004. So always make sure that you're going back and you're checking the details. Does that make sense? All right, questions about the contract?
I like the breaking it down like this. That helps out. I did off topic, the living trust part that you did.
Yeah.
Was that something you did on your own through a lawyer or through an accountant?
No, we hired an attorney.
Okay. Okay.
It's not inexpensive, but it's well worth the effort. Because I don't own anything. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Kind of shake it off. How's everybody feeling?
Better.
Good. Good. I'm going to send you a blank copy of the contract, and I will send you my front page so that you have an example. All right. Okay. Woo.
Cheryl?
Yeah.
I did a message to you.
Yeah.
On the chat.
Yeah. Well, I meant Wednesday.
Oh, thank God. The whole time I was like, I missed a class.
No, I missed a
That's
day.
what I thought too.
I missed an entire day. No, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
All right, so, you will, in the assignments, send the links for Wednesday and this class,
Yes.
and, definitively, I can't absorb doing the contracts until I can get in them. So that is going to be my master in less than 10 days. Because it's not working.
I don't understand what's not working.
I get to a certain point and then I can't get any further in command. So I have to figure out how can I get individual counseling
Talk
to
to your
do
launch
this.
coach. Set,
Okay,
set up an appointment with your launch coach and let them know what problems you're having. That's what they're there for.
okay,
And they can do that right through a Zoom or a Google Hangout, I think what Julie does. Your managing broker should be able to help you. And do you have a tech person in your office?
Michelle Williams.
Then I would go to Michelle.
Okay,
And if you don't get satisfaction from any of those people over the weekend, then call me on Monday.
okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's get down to some nitty gritty fun stuff. Okay. We may have to take an entire day just for the contract. Okay. So social media is here to stay. It is not going away. Okay. So we want to go over to our names right here. Grab this drop down menu and go to settings. And make sure that you have connected your Facebook page, your Twitter if you have one. Okay. I also, someone who can keep me honest, did I have you go to Realtor? No, that's probably today's assignment. Today, we want to make sure that you have an agent profile in Realtor.com and Zillow.com because we know that people are going there. So let's make sure that you are appropriately represented. So use your headshot if you have one. Your logo if you've got one, so that you get a consistency of a look, okay? So there's continuity so that I can begin to recognize your brand, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we get to do in social media in Command. So if I go over here to campaigns, which is the megaphone, is my screen large enough?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, and I want to do a social post. I'm going to go right over here to social post. Now, here's the really cool thing. Keller Williams has made it super easy for us to post to social media. There will always be suggested quick posts. So let's say,
I'm sorry, Cheryl.
I'm sorry?
How did you get there then? Your screen was large enough. I didn't see where you went to.
So I went to
start a
campaigns,
campaign.
and then I
Okay.
went up to social posts.
Social posts. Where's social? Oh, okay.
Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's social posts?
It's across the top, Diane. If I go to
Oh,
campaign,
I see it. I see it. I'm sorry. Okay.
no worries. So there's always these suggested quick posts down here. So I would suggest that you identify a day of the week. A lot of my coaching clients do it on Sundays, and you post for the whole week. All right. So if we went over to Google and we typed in best times to post on Facebook, what would we get? Oh, Thursdays and Fridays from 1 to 3. Thursdays at 8. 1 to 4. So we look for consistency. So best times to post are Wednesdays at 11 and 1. The overall best day is Wednesday. You get the most consistent engagement on weekdays from 9 to 3. The worst day is Sunday. So what you want to do is you make sure that you are optimizing your posting time. Okay. So I'm going to go back over here to designs, and this one right here, this video campaign, super cool. The only thing is it's dated. So if you're going to do a video, you have to post it today. So let's just do Naperville. And we'll go River Run, and I'll hit next. It's going to tell me the average home price, what's going on with prices, the average price per square foot. It's on the decline, the number of homes that are for sale, and the average days on market. It will also tell me what the neighbors think are the top 3 things. This is pulled from Nextdoor. Here's my agent information. So the first time you do this, make sure that everything in here is correct. Market center information, your license number, your market center's license number. Okay. So it's going to generate the video for me. Okay. So I'm not going to play it for you, but it's a nice little video. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to post it. Okay. So I'm going to say something like, here's the latest real estate trends for Northwest. Oh, here it should be. Here are. What did I do? Did I do Northwest River Run?
Yeah, River Run.
Okay. I can publish it immediately. This is where it's going to. Now I can preview the post to see what it's going to look like. And that's what it's going to look like. And I'm going to post. So that might be one you want to do every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Just pick a neighborhood, any neighborhood.
What did you, Cheryl, what did you put where it says enter text that clearly tells people?
I said, here are the latest stats for the North River Run neighborhood in Naperville. Contact me for a closer look at what's happening in your neighborhood.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now I just did that. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to schedule this one. I'm just going to hit that little arrow right there. Look, it even types up the text for me. Oh my gosh. Got my doing business as. I'm going to schedule it. We're going to do Friday the 6th at 10 o'clock. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to schedule that post. And that's what it looks like. So that's going to go out tomorrow without me even having to think about it.
So Cheryl, is that just gonna go out to all your contacts?
No,
On
it goes out to my business page.
your business page, okay.
So I'm going to do another one. Here's another one. Now I want to schedule the post, but I don't want it to go out on Sunday. Why don't I want it to go out on Sunday?
That's the worst day.
Good man. So I'm going to schedule this for Monday at 10 o'clock. And that's what it's going to look like. And they're all down here. All you have to do is go in and set them up for the whole week. Now, most of us in our careers are going to be curating information, right? Which means we're going to be borrowing it from someplace else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So here are my favorite sites. And I will also send you these in your homework. So I love House. It's a great place. Okay. So I'm going to go over here to get ideas. Well, what's the one thing that we spend an awful lot of time in right now?
Our house.
That's right. What's the one thing in your house that you wish you could change?
I'd like a dishwasher.
Okay, so let's go to kitchen.
Kitchen.
All right. Let's well, here's an even better idea.
An attached garage.
Wow. It's a lot of money for a dishwasher.
When was the last time you looked at a dishwasher?
Um,
How much was it?
it's probably been, well, we've lived here for 17 years and the dishwasher was in the house when we bought it. Our last house didn't have a dishwasher. It's probably been 30 years for me since I looked for a dishwasher.
Yes, they are pricey now. They're quieter and they work better though.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's go over to the magazine. Okay, 10 ways to make your landscape. No. Let's go to kitchen design, see what we got going on in here. Oh, kitchen appliances. Where to put the dishwasher in your kitchen. Not that that would be a problem in my house. There's only one place it can go. But let's say I really like this article. All right. Looks pretty decent. Nice, good stuff. So I can either share on Facebook, right? But this isn't going to take me to the page I want. And I really don't want it to go right on Facebook because I don't want, okay. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to grab this link. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to command. And we're going to create a new campaign. And it's going to be a social post. And I'm going to add a link. We're going to enter it right there. And we're going to validate the link. Okay. And I might say something pithy like, never really knew it made a difference where you put your okay, just something pithy and fun, right? I'm going to schedule that post. I know I've already got something going out on Monday, so we're going to go out Tuesday. I like 10 o'clock. We're going to put in the E2P Homes group, and I'm going to schedule that post. So I can curate information from outside of Keller Williams and bring it into Command. Does that make sense? One of the other things I want you to do is go over to YouTube and follow Keller Williams. So if I go over to Keller Williams, it's right here. So I'm subscribed. So I'm going to go over here to Keller Williams Realty. So this month in real estate, that's December though. Okay. Didn't really see anything there I liked. So let's say I wanted to do something about Gary, right? I could just go over here, grab this video, and I hit share. I'm going to go ahead and copy that link. I'm going to go back to Command. We're going to create a new campaign. I'm going to create a social post. I'm going to upload a video. Oh man, now what do I do? Oh, add a video URL. Whew. Validate that URL. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So let's go over here.
I think there's a.
Because I'm a professional. So I like to tell you what that is. A professional is somebody who knows and knows the difference between the two. So when I know, I'll tell you. When I don't know, I'll go find out, which means you'll always get the right answer.
So it looks like I may have to download this. Or if I really wanted to do this, there's another way I can. So I copied the URL, right? So I can go right over to Facebook. I'm going to go over to my pages. I'm going to go over to my business page. I'm going to create a post. I'm going to go ahead and paste that link. Oh, and there's Gary. A little insight into what makes KW so great. Now, I don't want to post it immediately, so I want to go down here to publishing tools. I'm going to create a post. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab down here and we're going to schedule that post. And I know I've already got something going out on Monday, Tuesday, so let's go Wednesday. And what's the best time? 1 to 3, right?
11 to 1.
11 to 1. Somebody's been paying attention.
I made a note.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and schedule that post. So that's 2 different ways that you can schedule information to go out on social media. It's a venue, you guys, it's not going away. You must learn how to, see you, Amy. You must be engaged with it. It is not going to go away. So your homework for this week is to go and create those profiles on Realtor and Zillow. If you don't have a business Facebook page, go ahead and create one. Make sure that it's something of value and not just about you and the houses that you sell. But there's a compelling reason why I want to go to that Facebook page. There's a guy several years ago, he did a Facebook page called 365 Things to Do in Vancouver, Washington. And every day he posted something to do in Vancouver. And then his page was linked to his real estate website. And then after the year was over, he turned it into a blog. So get creative, right? Really don't be posting that I just sold this house in 24 hours with 5 offers. What's in that for me? What if I want to sell my house, but I don't want to sell it that quickly? So bring value to your community, okay? I'm going to want you to follow Keller Williams on all the social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, okay? Then begin to identify some topics, things that are important to you. The difference between a business page and a personal page is that my business page is branded to my business. Now that's a really interesting question, because when I first started, I had separate pages, and my personal page has really kind of morphed into my business page. So what we did as a family is we went and we created a private Facebook page just for our family, right? And even if you search for it, you couldn't find it. So that if there are things that I really, really want to do with my grandkids or stuff like that, I post it there. If it's extremely personal and it's just for the people that are super close to us. Otherwise, my personal page is my personal page and my business page. I do a business page because I do paid Facebook ads, which may be something that you want to consider. But we're not going to talk about that today because we're chunking it down. Remember, 1 flight of stairs and 1 step. Oh, good. I'm glad, Jamie.
Cheryl?
Yes.
Before, I'm sorry, I have to log off, but I just thought it would be helpful if on E2P, so everyone knows, because it seems like everyone's really struggling with a lot of the computer stuff. But on E2P at the top, there's that command training. And if you click on it, it gives so many helpful, really quick videos and tutorials to how to go through it. So, and then 2, if you follow Marty Miller on YouTube, the 66-day challenge, I found that extremely helpful. He's amazing at going through and showing you how to do all of these different things. So I just kind of wanted to give that insight to everybody to look at those 2 things, because I was struggling too with a lot of these things. And that's what helped me a ton.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Marty Miller's a great guy. I know him personally, and I'll include his 66-day challenge in your homework. And of course, at the bottom of all of our follow-up call to action, there will be links for training to help you through this stuff. But Jack is right. If you go to E2P Success, and actually, if you go right over here,
it's at the very top of the screen. It says like,
so if you go over to kwconnect.com and you go to resources, there is a welcome new associates tab. And this will absolutely positively walk you through the process. Okay. And then if you go over to E2P Success,
You want to share your screen?
no.
Fair enough.
Sorry. So let's go back to KW Connect. Thanks for keeping me honest, Jeremy.
That's what I'm here for.
Go over to resources, welcome new associates.
I am not seeing that on my screen.
Everybody else seeing it?
I see it.
Okay. I don't know, Mark.
I've been on there and I've been watching some of those videos, and believe me, they are so helpful.
Yeah. So there's this tab, and then if you go over to E2P Success, well, let me make this a little smaller. If you go to Command Training or New Associates, it's all right here. Okay, and this is going to take you to KW Connect. Okay. So there is more training opportunities out there than you can shake a stick at, and I will make sure that I have pulled the best ones for you to include in your homework. So it is 11:30 and we are 1 minute over, so my apologies there. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I'm going to stop my screen share, but I would like to